Hello everyone, today we'll deal with what is character evidence, when it is relevant and irrelevant in the civil cases and also in criminal cases. So before examining the relevant rules on the question of admissibility of character evidence, it is necessary to know what is meant by character as such. So character means reputation as well as disposition. Reputation means what others think of yourself, and disposition is the nature or inherent quality of the person. Example, teacher's reputation is very good, he explains very well, also being nice to the students, but disposition is he quarrels with his wife in at his home, he is very short tempered, also known, and it is known to the close persons only. So generally character evidence is inadmissible. So now let's see relevancy of character evidence in civil proceedings, that is section 52 and 55 of Indian Evidence Act. So now let's see section 52. It says in civil cases character to prove conduct imputed is irrelevant. So in civil cases, the fact that the character of any person concerned is such as to render probable or improbable any conduct imputed to him is irrelevant, except in so far as such character appears from facts otherwise relevant. So according to section 52, character evidence is irrelevant unless such character evidence is itself an issue. In civil proceedings, the evidence of good character or bad character is not going to help the court in deciding the matters in issue. So the character evidence should be an issue in order to make the character evidence relevant. Character evidence is also excluded in civil proceedings on grounds of public policy. So how character evidence is relevant in civil cases? Let's see an example. Suppose the question is whether a widow has lost her right to maintenance for her to be living in a promiscuity. That means engaged in sexual relations with different men. Here the character of her is itself an issue. So evidence of character can be given here. So now let's see section 55. It says character as affecting damages. In civil cases, the fact that the character of any person is such as to affect the amount of damages which he ought to receive is relevant. Explanation: character includes both reputation and disposition, as I said earlier. So in civil cases, character is relevant as it will affect the damages one is ought to receive. Suppose an example, A files a suit against B for breach of promise to marry. Here B claims that A is of bad character and also have brutal manners. Here if character is proved, it will affect the damages or the compensation he ought to receive. Now let's see character evidence in criminal cases. Section 53 says in criminal cases, previous good character is relevant. The section deals in criminal proceedings, the fact that the person accused is of good character is relevant. Here the good character of the accused may help him, rescue him for the fair trial. How much to give weight the character evidence is upon the court. It's generally a weak evidence. Next, section 53A, it has been added in the criminal amendment. Evidence of character or previous sexual experience is not relevant in certain cases. If the prosecution is for the offences under section 354A to D, section 376A to E, or for any attempt to commit any such offence, and where the question of consent is an issue, remember, question of consent and not of character, then the evidence of character of the victim or of her previous sexual experience with any person shall not be relevant on the issue of such consent or quality of consent. So in the offences of rape, gang rape, molestation, stalking, voyeurism, the evidence of the character of the victim or her previous sexual experience cannot be given in evidence if the question of consent of her is an issue. Next, section 54. Previous bad character not relevant except in reply. That means in criminal proceedings, previous bad character is not relevant. But if the good character of the accused is given by the accused, then evidence of bad character can be given. The section says in criminal proceedings, the fact that the accused person has a bad character is irrelevant unless the evidence has been given that he has a good character, in which cases it becomes relevant. The prosecution cannot give first the bad character of the accused. Firstly, the accused should have given the proof of his good character, then only prosecution can give evidence of bad character. Suppose in a case A is the accused, B is the victim, and the accused is prosecuted for the offense of rape. In the trial, accused says the victim seduced him, called him, and the intercourse was consensual. The victim had also previous affairs with many other men. Here the evidence of the character of the victim can be given because her character is an issue, that is promiscuity character or very bad character. So but section 53A says character evidence cannot be given of her previous sexual experience or it will not be relevant. But it should be remembered that while in section 53A, character is not an issue. Here, in the case, character is an issue. 53A talks about a general provision and it includes where consent is an issue and not character. So remember this. Three exceptions are there under section 54, which says where bad character can be given. Evidence of bad character can be given. Firstly, accused gives evidence of good character, then the prosecution can prove the bad character of the accused. Secondly, where bad character is an issue, where the bad character is itself an issue, then evidence can be given of such bad character. Suppose under CrPC, person are detained under the security proceedings as their antisocials and notorious criminals. Here the character itself is an issue, so evidence can be given. Third exception, previous conviction is relevant as evidence of bad character. Example, where the accused is liable for enhanced punishment or not. The question is whether the accused is liable for enhanced punishment or not under section 75 IPC. Then the previous conviction of such accused and similar circumstances of the accused may be proved as evidence of bad character of him. So this is all about character evidence under Indian Evidence Act. Hope you all like it.